someone won or lost the soccer match. Generally, we just try to get as much into this life as we can. Enjoy as much, acquire as much, experience as much, do as much. But if this one lifetime is only a flash in our journey, why are we doing that? What's the sense of it? To just for, suppose now I'm in London for 3 days. So if I spend my time making sure that my apartment is very comfortable, maybe getting new paint on the walls or a new bed, does it make much sense? I'll be gone in 3 days. What's it to me? Meanwhile, there's important things to do here. I have to meet people. But if instead I spend my time seeing to new paint and new furniture, then what am I doing? So, in a similar way, now we're here in this human life, but not for so long. We think, oh, it's like interminable time, or lots of time. But time can be finished at any moment. We don't know that we have another day or another hour in which to live. But we do know that one way or another death is certain, finished. Mrityu sarva harascha, death comes, and it's all over. This body is finished, and everything connected with the body is finished. Jata sihi dhruvam, for one who's born, death is certain. You know, people have this weird idea, well, if you believe it, it's true for you. Right? People say, if you believe it, it's true for you. Or I'm happy that you believe whatever it is. But that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. If you believe it, then death is true for you. It doesn't depend on our belief. You believe it or not believe it, death will come. It's like not believing in the tax man. You believe in him or you don't believe in him. It sounds like we won, huh? Yeah. A few moments euphoria. When they kick a ball around and everyone cheers, when death comes, who's there to cheer? What were you thinking? Well, these are good opportunities for drinking more beer. They have only a short time in this human form, and so much of it is spent sleeping, so much of it is spent just in childhood, so much of it is spent in old age. And while they have, strength and energy, it will be spent on watching the football match on a big screen, drinking beer. And they think we're weird because we're always chanting. Just a little adjustment and they could be making tremendous spiritual progress. The tendency is there to chant something. To think of something, to chant something, to glorify or celebrate something. But that tendency is being misused. To chant some unintelligible sounds, to glorify some little fallible men who scramble around a patch of turf for a while and kick a ball around. To think about the scores and the players, competition. And to forget about who they are, what the purpose of life is, what will be our destination. This is called Maya, the illusory energy, which by one way or another distracts us from the real purpose of life. For someone, distraction by sports, by someone else, distraction by books, by someone else, distraction by sex, by someone else, distraction by work, by someone else, distraction by family, someone else, distraction by money, someone else, politics. For everyone, the newspaper. Practically everyone will read the newspaper. And what does it take to read the newspaper? Half an hour, maybe? Depending on the size of the paper and how fast you read. And at the end, what profit? How has my life improved at the end of that half hour? How much wiser am I? How much more do I really know? Yet everyone has to have this newspaper and spend money for it. Imagine, just half an hour a day we're spent reading about Krishna. How people would be enlightened. I have one friend, he was working in a big construction company, he was an executive, and he lived up in Juhu, Bombay, which is the northern part of Bombay, and his work was down toward Nariman Point, down south Bombay. So every day he would drive that distance, which in Bombay traffic is like an hour and a half, maybe. And in India, most people don't drive themselves, they have a driver. So his driver would drive him, and he would read his newspaper, and that's how he was using his time. And one day he happened to attend a lecture at our Juhu temple about Krishna consciousness, and he purchased a copy of Bhagavad Gita as it is. And then he just used that transit time for reading Bhagavad Gita every day. And the result was that his whole life changed. He became fully Krishna conscious. He took charge of construction in our Delhi temple and so many things.